Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. So we're very much on the way now. So Jim, this feels like a lineup designed to counter threats out wide, is that it?
Yeah, you will in theory have the numerical advantage, Peter, on the wings. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the opposition to try to get past you. On the other hand, you're essentially inviting your opponents up the field. It's going to be a fine balancing act between letting your opponents have the ball and looking for opportunities to counter. But it can work really well.
Goal, France! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Namdin finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Grimaldo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Dembele. And it's Grimaldo.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
And here's Thuram. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Yamal, Namdin are looking to break at pace. Spread neatly. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Thuram unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Bruno Fernandes. It's Van Dijk. Timber. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And it's Tchouaméni. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Wan-Bissaka. Bruno Fernandes. Out towards the flank. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival. Tries to get it clear. Namdin with the corner, there first. Henderson breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. France are looking to go forward now.
France really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Tchouaméni, Bruno Fernandes, Vinicius Junior looking to receive it in space. Well read, and the danger is averted. 30 minutes gone. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. It's played through for him. Thuram, he shoots! Gorgeous from Thuram! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
France are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
France are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now with 2 up.
It's their second corner of the game. Van Dijk attempts a clearance. Opts to play it back. Oh, important interception. Deftly away. Threads one in. And here's Vinicius Junior. Played out to the left flank. Namdin awarded another corner. So, third corner of the game. Punched away. No way through there. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's found a way through. Eder Militao does really well to win the ball there.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Yamal.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
He's given the time to pick a pass. Nicely weighted ball. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And so the action is resumed.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it.
He'll try from distance! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
And this is Dembele. And it's Grimaldo. Goes for a shot! Chouameni. Yamal. The message is clear. None shall pass. Oh no, this does not look good. Van Dijk. Locatelli. And it's Grimaldo.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Now it's Thuram. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Eder Militao defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, the lethargy in their play isn't a great look, and it was very evident on that occasion.
There's a sharp little ball here. Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Drills one in.
Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Bruno Fernandes. No, he's not getting his way this time. And that has left him in a heap. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Thuram. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Rodgers.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And it's Grimaldo. Oh, that's neat. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 27.
So changes afoot here, and
9.
from both sides.
Le numéro 10.
So who
Le
is the
numéro
target
10.
now? He's
Le
having a
numéro
look at
20.
what's available.
Le numéro 7. À leur place, le numéro 22. Le numéro 21. Le numéro 11. Le numéro 8. Le numéro 32. Le numéro
Partey.
38. Changement en
That's
cours.
a decent ball. Rice. Namdin, perhaps contemplating their next change here. Thuram, looking in every way a marked man at the moment. Takes a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And here's Thuram. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Bellingham. Gravenberg. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Chance for a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Another one of football's and how moments.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
That's very neat. Bruno Fernandes is onto this. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Partey. Referee's given a throw.
Attention, changement.
Hakimi. France clearly now in lead preservation mode. Partey. And Gravenberg. And it's Partey. Turns back here, probably the best option. Partey. Bellingham. Partey. Now Van Dijk.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
Saliba. Hakimi. And we're done. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Knocks it into space. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? That's the keeper's ball. Oh, this looks sharp. Thuram. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's going to go a long way. And they're quick to get it back. Well, that looks a decent ball. Shapes to shoot! It's there! So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
France finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Girassi. Wan-Bissaka. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Locatelli. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And it's a corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And it's been taken short. Shot, surely! And that's straight down the keeper's throat.
Hakimi simply had to do better than that. He blew a great chance for me.
And they're back on the ball again. And it's Grimaldo. Rodgers. Big chance! Now that is commitment to the cause. France have their second corner now. They've played it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Hakimi. He's had it taken off him. Hakimi is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Now it's Yamal. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Thuram. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. And now they can clear their lines. Wan-Bissaka. Branthwaite. Van Dijk. Aims beyond the defence. It's a promising position. Oh, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Moved on forwards. Van Dijk calmly anticipates. Yamal has found the net here, of course. Over to the other side. Namdin very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Now it's Thuram. Yamal. Wan-Bissaka. Half an hour played now. And here's Thuram. Looking to play him in, and he's definitely onside. Didn't quite get enough on that.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival. Yamal. Now, can they get him away? Van Dijk cuts it out. Over to the right flank. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That is lovely.
Wow, look who's involved.
It's a loose ball. Bruno Fernandes! He pondered over it, and that goes down as a chance missed.
No surprise there. Can't be hesitant in those moments, Peter. Just allowed the defence to regroup and stop the attack. It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Chouameni, and it's Bruno Fernandes, and it's Timber. Tries to play it through. Thuram, Hakimi, Rodgers. Here's Locatelli. Now it's Thuram. Oh, sweet feet. The shot! Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
Mbappe simply took an age to make his mind up, Peter, when urgency was the single requirement.
France have their third corner. And that has been cleared. It's run loose here. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And the referee says that is that for the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Namdin leading by one at the break.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Namdin can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score. And so the action is resumed. Namdin leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Now who's going to be first to this? This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. Timber. Chouameni. And Yamal. And he's intervened well there. Pass somewhat off target. Can he get on the end of this? Yamal providing an outlet on that flank. Bruno Fernandes. Mbappe. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Thuram. Namdin can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
It's a goal kick. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Timber charging forward, the ball at his feet. And nicely intercepted. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Namdin are still that goal to the good. Now that's well seen too. Yamal, your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 9.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Le numéro 6.
Branthwaite.
Le numéro 11.
Girassi looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop them in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
That'll be a throw-in.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 20. À sa place, le numéro 32.
There will be a throw-in. Namdin have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
There's a sharp little ball here. Chouameni.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly. France really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
DiMarco. Just about up to 75 minutes. And here's Barella. Branthwaite, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. A long ball by the goalkeeper. Bruno Fernandes. Timber looking to hit the byline here. He's shifting through the gears here. France have a free kick.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 7.
So changes afoot here and from both sides.
Le numéro 8. Changement en cours.
Barella. And this is Dembele.
France really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And here's Haaland. Haaland. Challenged just a bit on the firm side.
Haaland clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
But it's Soboslai. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Vinicius Junior. Nicely shaped ball. Cunha cuts out the pass.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And he's going to have his name taken.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
No, he's missed it. Not too much more here than seeing our time, and time is very nearly seen out.
Temps additionnel.
That's
3 minutes.
tidy. Messi. Vinicius Junior, and the counter is on. He's through here. Picked out, brilliant chance for a shot! It's a goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And the referee brings it to a close. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people.
Chers spectateurs, je vais
How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And here's Mbappe, and it's Grimaldo. And no, that was never going to make it. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you.
Girassi! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Has a look and place it forward. And here's Bruno Fernandes. So shoots! There it is! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Well-timed, excellent interception. Rodgers. Yamal. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And it's made its way to him. Bruno Fernandes has got himself a free kick. Bruno Fernandes is behind this one. Looking to widen the gap even further here. Bruno Fernandes! And we have our very first corner. And a few accusing looks coming his way. And that is out of play. Looks to the other side. Namdin leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Plays a sharp little ball here. Chance for a shot! And no mistake. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Namdin are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Bruno Fernandes. Hakimi. Lobbed in behind. Oh, that's well spotted. It's not an especially good pass, that. Big chance! And there's a goal! Just one in it now.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Shifted upfield. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair.
Ah, welcome to modern football. You get hounded by everyone.
And it's been given away. That's a sharp pass. Spread neatly, and he's managed to get free.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Driving on and making good progress. And He's quick to return it. Nice interception, well timed. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And a chance! Off the post! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then. And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. And he's intervened well there. Wan-Bissaka. That's an imaginative pass. Well, they can break here. Thuram. Locatelli. And here's the chance to counter. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Thuram. Good running, strong and purposeful. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Il y aura 2 minutes de
Now
temps
it's
additionnel.
Yamal. He has found the way. Shot a goal! Goal! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
And we've reached half-time.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Namdin claiming the lion's share of the 4 goals, up by 3-1 at half-time.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 37. Pour le remplacer, le numéro 13.
So right back into the action. Timber. Oh, he's found support out wide. That's good play. Tries to play it through. Timber's cross. Namdin have a free kick. And he's going to have his name taken. Probably be looking to play it square from here. So who's he going to be aiming for here? Now then, the ball's come loose. Hakimi going forward. He's in a great position here. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Yamal, and he's had it nicked away. Yamal. Locatelli. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. It's a good 35 yards out, this. Thuram. Yamal. Now, can they get him away? Now it takes a shot! Can he finish? Fantastic from Guirassy! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Guirassy at his razor-sharp best there.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Namdin visibly comfortable, now up by 3. Wan-Bissaka.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
He's found a way through. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Bruno Fernandes is eyeing up his options in the middle. Now it's Thuram. That's a lovely, neat pass. Mbappe charging forward, the ball at his feet. Guirassy being hunted in packs.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Timber scooting forward. Oh, played through for the wide man. Timber. Chouameni, who does have an assist to his name. Yamal. Great chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Spirited to say the least, certainly gave this crowd something to really cheer about.
Bruno Fernandes. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Van Dijk. Marquinhos. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now Timber. And the pass is intercepted. It'll be a throw-in. And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
Chers spectateurs, voici venu le moment de notre grande tombola. Veuillez vous munir des billets qui vous ont été remis avant d'accéder aux tribunes.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We are just getting started. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Lamine Yamal. Well, this guy, Lamine Yamal, Peter, certainly is a very exciting talent. A natural right winger. We all know about his technique, but he's very impressive with his decision-making too. And when you consider that his job is all about supply, it's all about end product.
He's Thuram! And the keeper's glad to see the back of that.
Well, you can't fault him for his confidence, nor his willingness to have a go at that.
Wan-Bissaka, Eder Militao, it's Van Dijk. Gerassi.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
Ambitious ball here. Tries a shot! It's in! The first significant strike. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
France finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Thuram, and it's Bruno Fernandes. Namdin leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Nicely shaped ball. He's through here.
Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Can he get on the end of this? He has found the way through. Can he finish? It's a goal! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring!
Oh, Peter, it's a lovely piece of deception in shaping to whack it and then opting for a lovely little lob.
Namdin are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Chouameni looking for options for movement. Oh, what a mistake! He's picked his way through, delivered low. Real chance! Relentless! Just relentless! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking...
Oh, shooting chance! He's having a hit! Namdin have scored 2 quick goals here. And here's Thuram. Thuram, he's going for goal! And he's done very well to deal with it.
Namdin certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Namdin with the corner, there first. And the keeper beats it away. And the finish! Locatelli. Little doubt, that is a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Namdin are down to 10 men. Wan-Bissaka. Yamal. Wan-Bissaka. Oh, he's been caught napping. Pressing high and with purpose. Now Eder Militao. Yamal. Locatelli. Good driving run. Thuram. He's a sharp little ball here. There's the header! Great football, shot and save. Wan-Bissaka. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And it's Marquinhos. Timber. Szoboszlai. Bruno Fernandes. Rodgers purring through the gears.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And it's DiMarco. Decent chance! And no mistake! It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Namdin really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Attention, changement.
Namdin can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
France may be down, but not out just yet. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
3 minutes.
That's a cute ball. That's an excellent interception. Namdin have rung the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. Timber. Well, that is one way to stop him. Now it's Thuram. That's the end of the first 45. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Namdin have done well to this point. At times I find myself struggling to work out just who's down to 10. That's testament to how adaptable they've been. I think if they can keep playing like this, Peter, it might just hold out.
Oh, we've been blessed with a goal-laden first half. 3-1 is the half-time score. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Szoboszlai. This is a promising build-up. Yamal. Yamal's cross. He's having a pop! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. France are looking to go forward now. Now it's Rice. That's put paid to the danger.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Now it's Yamal, and it's Timber. Searching pass he's played there. Yamal picks it up out wide. Yamal's cross, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Namdin clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Just eases him off the ball. Szoboszlai has created one goal already.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Shoots! Oh, a very decent attempt. Thuram being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Now it's Mbappe. Namdin, perhaps contemplating their next change here. Szoboszlai. Eder Militao. Wan-Bissaka.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Threads one in. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Locatelli. And here's Mbappe. And he shoots! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro
Well, height
17.
could make all the difference
Le
on
numéro 6.
these set pieces.
Le numéro 11. Le numéro 9.
Grimaldo
Le
with the short
numéro
one.
7.
That's good
Le
play.
numéro 32. À leur place, le numéro 4. Le numéro 15. Le numéro 10.
And
le
now
numéro
they can
21.
spring out of
Le numéro
defence.
38. Le numéro 20. Changement.
That is good progress on the left. And he's picked it up out wide. João Neves. João Neves going forward. Grimaldo ploughing through the middle.
Timber.
And they're quick to get it back. 75 minutes played. Thuram. That pass has been well intercepted. And it's Hakimi. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. That's a good run down the left. Gravenberg. And here's Haaland. João Neves. And a chance! And it's in! Just one goal in it now! Game on! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
France now just needing one.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Grimaldo. Very much into the last knockings. No way through.
France really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Vinicius Junior.
Il
And
y
he's
aura
forced
2
to go
minutes
back.
de temps additionnel.
Marquinhos succumbs to the pressure. Matheus Cunha driving forwards. And he's in on goal. Backward it goes. Bruno Fernandes. And that is that. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So things are underway. France have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground. Communication.
Summerslide! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Namdin with the corner, there first. Keeper's dealt with that. France are looking to go forward now. Could move up a gear here. And he's managed to get free. Crosses it in. And the shot! Goal! France! And France are in front. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Namdin are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. That's the keeper's ball. Yamal making good progress on the right-hand side. First quarter of an hour gone. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Cunha will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Chouameni, and here's Thuram. Thuram is herring after that one. Rodgers.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Chouameni and Yamal. No, he wasn't going to let him past. And here's Mbappe. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Chouameni. Thuram. And it's Soboslai. He's had it taken off him. Aims beyond the defence. He's going for goal! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Thuram is offering a wry smile there. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And he's there to belt it away. It's their second corner of the game. For it. Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Wan-Bissaka. Eder Militao. Short changes him with that pass. Girassi. Soboslai. And a chance! Oh, cracking effort.
Soboslai certainly made the right decision there to hit it first time. I had the feeling he might try it the way the ball arrived.
Oh, that is a nice touch. Played into space. It is what shot a goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end. France have their third corner. They've played it short. Shot could be on. Chance, surely! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Tchouaméni to Marquinhos. Gravenberg. And here's Thuram. Matheus Cunha. Look at the space here. No foul, says the referee. Namdin do have a chance to counter here. Oh, just skips past his man. Is there a real chance?
Namdin certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Mbappe. Gravenberg. Rodgers. Timber. And it's Van Dijk. And Marquinhos. Van Dijk. Tchouaméni. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
We are into stoppage time. Gets a good foot in there. Yamal. And it's Wan-Bissaka. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Namdin currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. Can he finish? Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
He's a sharp little ball here. Looking for the far post.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. France are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Girassi needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Soboslai. He is just caressing the ball. And it's Timber. In towards the back stick. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Timber. And he's picked it up out wide. Now the ball in. Van Dijk attempts a clearance. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Girassi. He's having a pop! He's got away with one there. Scott with the slide tackle there. Tchouaméni cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Szoboszlai. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Tchouaméni. Now it's Girassi. Szoboszlai.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Matthews Cunha.
France surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Wan-Bissaka. That's a good foray he's making. And he's intervened well there. Szoboszlai. And Jamal. Thuram.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Time is running out here.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Little doubt, that is a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 27.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Le numéro 38. Le numéro 4. Le numéro 9. Le numéro
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Le numéro 3. Le numéro 8. Le numéro 7.
He's been bundled over, that is a foul.
Le numéro 21.
He knew what was
Le
coming,
numéro 10.
that's a yellow card.
Changement en cours.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
France's free kick then. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Backward it goes. Vinicius Junior. And it's Timber. Now Pulisic. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Temps additionnel.
And that is out of play. Vinicius Junior.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as...
And we're done. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of... Locatelli! That is lovely, just eases him off the ball. Timber did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now that looks a decent ball. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Opts to shoot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And it's Scott. And that's a dangerous ball. Shot, surely! Goal, France! And there is your opener. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Scott. Looking to play him in. Van Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Good running, strong and purposeful. Scott. Locatelli. And here's Thuram. Rodgers. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Wan-Bissaka. Nice control. Rodgers. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Wan-Bissaka defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Turns back here, probably the best option. Chooses to go cross-field.
Well spotted.
Now it's Bellingham. Thuram. He's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Messi. Bellingham. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, the idea was a good one, the execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable. Namdin are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And he's looking to catch him up. 30 minutes gone. Now it's Thuram, Chouameni, Van Dijk. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Yamal. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Wan-Bissaka delivers with whip. Tries to get it clear. Scott.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
It's run loose here. Can he spark a counter here? Now it's Thuram. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, that looks a cracking ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Wan-Bissaka. It's a pretty loose pass. And here's Dembele. And he passes it long. Thuram is herring after that one.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Timber has been showed a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm.
Yeah, and the whole stadium knew that was coming, apart from him, it seems.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Namdin finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Changement.
We're on the move again.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Namdin do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Oh, it's Dembele. Rodgers. France are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And he has shown him a yellow card. Raya breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Rodgers. Namdin still trailing by one and looking here. It's Dembele! Oh, that was no routine save.
Dembele really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Now it's... and he shoots! Goal! 2 up now! cruising. Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Changement en cours.
Namdin can make their change now with a break in play.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Girassi looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Timber. Oh no, what has happened here? Bellingham gets on his bike and on the move. Namdin, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Vinicius Junior will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Thuram. And it's Bellingham.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Bellingham looking to receive it in space. He's picked his way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Vinicius Junior. Oh, that's fabulous. Ball swung in. Thuram. Opts for safety. And he's being shifted off it. Chouameni, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Bruno Fernandes. Great vision. Tries a shot! He's got a goal! Simplicity itself.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 22.
So we have movement on both
27.
benches.
Le numéro 9.
Shifting momentum,
Le
perhaps.
numéro 10.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally
Le
up for
numéro
grabs.
3. Le numéro 11. Le numéro 21.
That's really good energy,
Le numéro
Peter,
14.
the way they defend from the
Le
front.
numéro 8. Attention, changement.
Wan-Bissaka makes a move down the right. Wan-Bissaka spots it and intercepts. That is good progress on the left. It'll be a throw-in. Drives it in. Saliba with the clearance.
Namdin really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Thuram is onto this. Real chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Bruno Fernandes. Chouameni. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover.
Namdin really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Now it's Partey. He's got away. And the shot! And that is doing no harm at all. Chouameni.
Il y aura
Wan
4
Bissaka.
minutes de temps additionnel.
There will be 4 extra minutes. And it's Van Dijk. That's destined for the flank. Flings it across. That's going to go a long way.
Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
Gets his head on it! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Wan Bissaka. It's a good run down the right.
Might want to be careful there.
And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And that's going to be a booking. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. Mbappe. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven, and whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So things are underway. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm?
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Bruno Fernandes is one of the truly outstanding midfielders. He's someone I see as being arguably the best of the crop in the current generation of box-to-box playmakers. I really like his direct style, both on and off the ball.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Grimaldo. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. And now they can clear their lines. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Turns back here, probably the best option. Timber.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Wan-Bissaka makes a move down the right. Oh, nice touch. And they can counter here. Knocks it into space. Wan-Bissaka. Marquinhos. To Bruno Fernandes. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Namdin clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Great defending, strong and determined. And it's Scott. Now it's Thuram. Threads one in, just eases him off the ball. Tchouaméni. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka. Oh, easy pickings there. He's a sharp little ball here. Delivered low. And that should get the job done.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Eder Militao. Yamal. Van Dijk. To Bruno Fernandes. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Scott. Chouameni. Now it's Yamal. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Chouameni. Now it's Girassi. Thuram. Thuram stands tall and stands strong.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Rodgers. Scott. Marquinhos. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Tries to pass it through. Oh, what a chance for a shot! It's just beyond his reach. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Eder Militao. Wan-Bissaka. And it's Wan-Bissaka. And that pass isn't the best. Searching pass he's played there. Rodgers. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. And we are back underway. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Now it's good. Can he finish? It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Rodgers. It's Bellingham. Scott. It's a searching pass. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. Namdin present their opponents with the best possible chance here. So the most significant moment of the game. Sure. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, credit to the keeper. He read it, but succumbed to the placement.
So the first goal of the game.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
And he's there to get it away. Ball's gone out of play. And it's Bellingham. Wan-Bissaka. And he goes cross-field. And Grimaldo. Namdin still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Bruno Fernandes. Guirassy being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Bruno Fernandes.
France couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Namdin have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench? Namdin really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And that's gone loose. Bellingham. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Thuram was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Locatelli. Bellingham. And it's Scott. Now he's got space here. And a chance! Bellingham! That is brilliant! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
If you have that good a connection, you know where that's going to end up, Peter. I think he knew the moment he caught it.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 27.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. France are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Half an hour gone in the second half. Good read, needed to be. Van Dijk. Marquinhos kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Guirassy. Vinicius Junior. Saliba gets it clear. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Thuram. Saliba with the clearance. That'll be a throw.
Namdin really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Thuram receives it in a good position here. Bruno Fernandes! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 13.
Ah, now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
À leur place, le numéro 8. Le numéro 38.
Rice. That's going wide left. Bruno Fernandes. Rice. Now who's going to be first to this? And here's the chance to counter. Haaland. Rice with the slide tackle there. And they win it back again. Matheus Cunha. And here's Vinicius Junior. The ball has bounced loose now. That's a throw. Rice simply... And that is that. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.